So you might ask yourself, what makes an economy good? Is it we make more stuff and we sell it to everybody, so we're exporting everything and we make tons of money? Or is it we buy everything because we make a lot of money over the internet and everything's great? Or maybe we have more green solutions, so we're not destroying the economy. Maybe it's a balance of everything. Maybe it is self-sustainability, the need to not have to have anybody else involved with you. You kind of run your own economy within itself, and that is what I think is the best type of economy. One place around the world, in Brazil, is a place called Curitiba, Brazil. And there's a guy there by the name of Jamie Lerner who, when he was 33 years old in the 70s, was elected to help build this economy. At the time it was agricultural, and it was starting to build its population, but didn't really have any sort of thriving, self-sustaining anything. They were shipping everything they had out because they're farmers, and they weren't really making a lot of money. So they started really developing this city, and they didn't have a lot of money, so they did everything by using nature to their advantage. One of the ways they did that was basically, instead of building irrigation systems throughout the city, they decided to let the water run off naturally, and where that ended up, you'd have a lake, and then you just build your park around the lake, so that now you have a place for people to go and enjoy the city and natural water runoff that you didn't have to pay a dime for. And then they decided, let's not even spend money on it, let's find a way to naturally have it maintain itself. So they got rid of lawnmower guys and got rid of gas related equipment to maintain all that, and they just said, let's put animals out there and have sheep herders cut the grass for us. It's free, let's do it. So they did, and now to this day it still runs that way. And another really great thing that they did was they had road systems that were already in place, but as they started building their industry, started becoming more and more congested, just like you see in New York and all these cities around the world that just have traffic coming from all directions, and it's just a traffic jam all the time. So they thought, how can we move masses of people quickly so that this economy can thrive and people can get to their homes outside the city and come to work in the city? And so they decided to take the already there roadways and they put a lane in the middle with traffic that can go both ways. And they said, the only thing that can drive on that road are our buses. So they, instead of having the old style buses that were cramped in the city and going through traffic just like the rest of the cars, they said, let's do that and make it super affordable for people to get on and off these buses so they can get to work and get to home and it not really cost them much. And then we have less vehicles on the road, and anybody who wants to drive a car, that's fine, you go in with the rest of the congested traffic in the other lanes, but these buses are for our economy. So they did that, and it works great. It works even better than the New York railway system. They can transport more people in buses than they can in the subway system, and it costs 500 times less to maintain and continue running than it does in New York. And so why don't big government officials all put this into place everywhere? It just makes sense. Another thing we can thank Jamie Lerner for is this whole theory that people come first. He pushed this theory and his philosophy through the whole government system, and really it caused more things to happen where they decided, well, we have a lot of low-income people, we need to make sure that they have food and ways to self-sustain. So they came up with a new system of something that would help them and help the economy. They said, well, you're living in the slums and it's dirty and disgusting, why don't you clean it up, we'll give you some food. So when they made that rule that for every bit of food and every bit of trash that you put together based on weight, we'd give you so much food, almost overnight the entire slum area was cleaned up, everybody had food, people were happy, and suddenly the city started getting cleaned because they wanted food. And now guess what? Everybody has the opportunity to get food because they're keeping the streets clean. So not only do you have now less pollution because there's less traffic on the roads, and ways to save money because there's less traffic on the road, but people get transported even better than you can in the subway system. And not only is there that, but we're not spending money on re-navigating water, and we're not putting all these crazy pollutants into the airs for all these factories that they're building. And I can't see really a better scene than what they've put together here. Maybe you should go visit it. Maybe you should check on my research. But this seems like the ideal place to live. And according to Jamie Lerner, within 2 years, he could make this happen everywhere.